Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Antidotes of all configurations and concoctions. I'm your commanding philosopher, Poison Tongue. Welcome back. So, as promised, today we're going to be doing a little more composing. We've done it for 3 weeks in a row, so I think we're going to take a break next week. Next week we're going to do a little more piano stuff. We're going to do a little improv, and also going to start a new little segment that I hope to gain more momentum with. Kind of a name that tune kind of thing. But I'll go a bit more into that next week. So today, we're just going to jump right into our composing. So, let's check the audio and at the same time listen to what we have so far. I think we need to actually... We added our new clarinet last time. So let's take a listen. Let me just check the stream. We are streaming. You can... Bitrate's good. Okay. Okay. Let's take a listen. Okay, so not bad. Not bad. So something I do want to do back here is I feel like this takes a bit too long to get heard. So I'm going to actually move you back and just have it reach its mezzo piano. Because I like how it fades in from nothing, but I think it takes too long to even be noticed, and you're kind of left wanting. We'll make that change. Also, at the same time, there was something here, right here, the chimes and the vibes. It's kind of hard to distinguish between the two. It sounded just like some kind of mess of notes, but it didn't really sound distinct. And I want the voices, the instruments, the vibe, the chimes to be recognized for what they are. Because this is their moment. This is the time they have in the spotlight. And if they're trying to talk over each other, it's just a muddled mess. So I'm going to play it from the beginning one more time. And I guess one of the policies, kind of a soft policy that I follow, is in between playthroughs from the beginning, I always try and have 3 changes. Make 3 changes, 3 improvements between each playthrough. And I listen to those 3, while also actively listening to anything else I can improve. So we changed the timing of the strings introduction. We changed... We'll make a change. We'll make the change here. I want... Because I know we did this last time. I know we brought this down an octave last time and we didn't like it. But I want to hear it again in the new context. Because it's okay to change your mind. The second change. And the third change is there needs to be something here. Da, da, dum, dun, dun, da, da, da. I don't want to add any percussion. I don't want to add any percussion to this because I feel like it's too choppy, too tough. But I think I might be able to get away with adding some sort of, not another set of chimes, but maybe some bells. So I think I'm going to add, where's my staff tool? There's a staff tool. I'm going to add a new staff. Here it is. Let's make that. Alright, so now let's go back here and change. Actually, I'll just do this real quick. I don't need to do that. I was going to switch to the window of the music selection, but you guys have seen that before. You know what that looks like. The instrument selection, I mean. So I'm going to do a pitch percussion. I want to do... I tend to stay away from glockenspiel because it sounds a bit too much like a toy. We already have chimes. We already have vibraphone. Marimba is too... It's too short. The sound is too short-lived. But I'm going to add tubular bells. You can see that appeared right here. And I'm going to see... Whoops, wrong one. So tubular bells. Chimes. Task space. Okay. So these are drop downs, and I know from last time you can't see the drop downs even if I bring up the new window. But the chimes and the tubular bells are registered as two unique sounds. So I want to see what this sounds like. I'm going to switch view to studio and then solo tubular bells. Just put in some notes and let's hear it. I'm actually going to solo the chimes too and put the same note in. Oh, that's a pretty limited range, but I guess the chimes are also limited in range. Alright, so let's delete all that. And I want to just solo chimes, and I'm going to just do alternating scale. Let's do C scale. I'm just going to do this a little experiment. We're going to do the same thing with the chimes. So let's first listen, and I'm going to make it easier for myself. Just start, measure 1 every time. Here we go. Here are tubular, actually no. Let's start with the chimes because we know what that sounds like. Here are chimes. C major scale, up and down. Okay. So with that in our heads, compare that to the tubular bells. I don't think I need to say it. That sounded horrible. That sounded horrible. Dang. I was hoping they would work. Hoping they'd have more of a more full-bodied sound than just the chimes. But I guess if you want something that's kind of... Wait a minute. Where did that come from? Oops, wrong button. I clicked the wrong button. Okay, so instead of... Did we bring this down? We may have undone that. I think we undid that. I don't know. Let's just listen to the top from the beginning. Now, just a reminder, this is composing the background music. So, while this is playing, yes, I see it as important to actually put effort into the music, but at the same time, it is just part of the background. So it is not the star. The streamer, in this case me, would be the star whenever this music is playing. So the music is not meant to seize your attention and take it away from whoever's speaking or whoever's streaming, whoever's doing what their thing is. It's just meant to be nice to listen to. So at times it may seem boring, it may seem repetitive, but that's kind of traditional for, looped background music. I do like how that ends. I do like how that ends. And I didn't forget this random harp note that just popped up. I might decide to keep that. That's like nice. Yeah, it's nice. Yeah, it's like a nice little downbeat. But I think I want to add. Turn this into. Oh, get rid of the. What is this officially called? It says it's just called a dot. There'd be a more musical term for that. So I'll get rid of the dot. Ba ba ba. Ba ba. Now I'm going to treat this. Hold on. Idea. Ba-dum bum. Nope, I want it in beat. I was deciding whether I want to turn this into a straight eighth note, like bum bum bum, or if I wanted to make it a grace note. Ba-dum bum. But I think if I make it a grace note, it sounds too much like either like a TV infomercial jingle or like a doorbell. And I don't want that. But I do want it to not take too much of the attention, so I'm going to do a little trick. I see it's piano over here, so it should be piano all the way through. So I'm going to make this a piano. And I'm going to make just this one note a pianissimo. So there's one change. I do remember what I heard about this. I'm going to just listen to these two lines. Just listen to these two. At, where measure am I? 13? Did they not? Huh. That's interesting. I wonder why they're not measure numbers above every measure, only some of them. May need to refresh that. So I did those two. I want to change this, so I'm going to start wherever I am, and then I want to actually redo document, measure number regions, show on every measure, undo and redo, and okay. That didn't do anything, so I guess it's not part of it. I want to measure what is that, 13? 13. And let's double check, because I typed in 1 and 3, and those are hotkeys for my OBS, but my OBS was unaffected. So my little setting trick worked. What I had to do is go into the settings, and they're saying, like, disable the hotkeys from working when you're not focused on OBS. And as soon as I did that, then every time I click away, such as what I just did onto the main screen, you can't really see that, but now that you see my cursor, now I can click all those number keys however I want, and the hotkeys don't activate on OBS. And the number keys, at least on this software, I'm just going to show you again, this show you the different lengths of notes. I don't know if you can see my cursor, but it's pretty cool. I'm going to play this. I could have done that a measure later. Yeah, so I'm going to get rid of this. Actually, no, I want to hear just the vibe and the clarinet, because I think there's some sort of pitch fancy stuff going on. Excuse me, I just had a Hot Pocket for lunch. I think that because the pitches of the clarinet and the vibe and the chimes, they're all in the same register. They're all in the middle treble clef range, around the middle of the staff. So the pitches can tend to overlap, and sometimes the different timbres, the different like specific sounds of the instruments are not enough to distinguish the different voices that are being heard, especially if they're all playing at once. So I just do different pairings and then see how they fit. So first I'm going to do vibe and clarinet at measure 14, see how that sounds. Okay, so that's close. Now I'm going to get rid of vibe, just throw in the chimes. Because yes, the pitches were similar, but also the type of sound, how the sound actually is heard. That's kind of the timbre. And the timbre is between clarinet and vibe in this MIDI software are rather close. Maybe a little too close for me. So those are distinctly different. Now let's just hear chimes and vibe one more time, measure 14. Okay. And we can't bring this up an octave. Do the same thing. All three checks. Okay, that's the problem. There we go, the problem. Okay, so now I want you to just listen to the chimes. I think we found the problem. Just listen to the chimes by itself. It's hard to hear, but when you heard each individual note, you'll hear the pitch that actually plays. The bum, bum. But layered on top of that, as part of what makes up an instrument's timbre, are all the different harmonics, the different other frequencies layered on top of it that go all the way up and all the way down. Actually, I think just all the way up. Just higher frequencies. And one of those frequencies is roughly the same pitch range as this upper register of the vibe. So it's kind of a tricky situation. If I bring the vibe down, the pitches are too close to the chime's root note. If I bring them up, they're disguised by the harmonics of the chimes. Now I want to hear just the chimes and the clarinet, and this time I'm listening to see if we take out the vibe, does it feel like there's still something missing? Actually, I'm going to, rather than do that, I'll listen to the whole thing from measure 13. But I'm just going to actually mute the vibe right here. it does feel like there's some sort of syncopation missing, but it's very hard to do syncopation on chimes and make it sound good. If you try to do syncopation, especially if you do it too close, you heard how long each chime note lasts. Even when you cut it off, it's just a single hit. The sound will go on as long as it wants to, whether you like it or not. So if you bombard it with notes, all the echoes, the reverb will all meld into each other, and you won't be able to hear anything. Not even the attacks on the chimes will come through. It'll just hear like a percussive hit, but the pitched attack will be completely lost. I've done that before. I've made that mistake in other songs I've written. So instead, I think I'm going to get rid of the ba-ba-ba-da-da. I think I'm going to try to just copy the spirit of that little thing, but I'm going to simplify it. So let's listen one more time. Unmute that. 13. Bum ba da 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 da. Bum. Nope, I want 1, 2, 3. Da. Nope, not that I want. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. And you were forte before, so I'm going to make you mezzo forte, but at the same time, oh, I didn't fix that. I need to fix that. There we go. At the same time, going to duplicate you down. And the doubled notes, even though they're not on the same pitch, by having them across an octave, it kind of adds volume, which could make up for this no longer being forte, but now mezzo forte. So I want to hear this and see how it sounds from measure 13. Here we go. Okay. It sounds very present. I'm actually going to delete the lower notes. Try again. Yep. I know what happened. I'm going to just delete that note. Ta-da. I'm going to try that. Because the So why I deleted some lower notes and not others is because the like I said, the upper note of the vibe mixes with the harmonics of the chime. But if you double that with a lower note, yes, you're also mixing this actual pitch, the root pitch, with the root pitch of the chime, but having them work together, you make the voice come through a bit clearer, despite not losing the actual attack and timbre of the chimes. So I didn't need it on this note here, this first one, because the chimes hadn't hit yet, so there's nothing to hide it. But I had it on this one because it masked with that note here. And again, since this note just hit, I wanted it on the one that came right here. But by this third 16th note beat, the timbre of this last note had kind of faded out enough that a single note would have sufficed. But now I want to see if I really need this last note. I'm kind of cutting it close to the attack point. Here we go. I think so. Not because it's being hidden. I'm not adding this back in because it's being hidden. I'm adding it back in because you have this low note here. And so you start with this high, this kind of mid note. This G is kind of like in the middle of the two C's. It's just off to the, like 1/2 step up to the higher C than the lower. But it's pretty much in the middle in terms of just staying in the scale. So it's like in the middle, and you go up and down, and then you're still up here on the top, but now you're missing the down. It kind of feels like it's a little too top heavy of a sound. And then you're back to the G, which is once again in the middle. But if I put a G down here, it gives the whole phrase kind of a sinking feeling, like you're sinking down. But I don't want to, But I don't want to do that here because the clarinet is already ba-da-da. It's already doing this scoop kind of motion with the pitch, and I don't need to force it down any further by having this bring it down as well. If you think of it metaphorically, like physically, waves, like lines of light moving with the pitches, that's kind of how I think of it. Just make sure nothing feels forced up, forced down, forced rushed, forced slow down. Don't force anything. Make sure it all just feels like it naturally follows. Let's listen to that. I like that. Now, I wonder, one more time, I'll listen to the chimes and see if I need to move this mezzo piano back up to a mezzo forte. I might want to. It does sound a bit quiet. Mezzo piano, mezzo forte is good enough. Actually, no. It had too much of a presence. The attack was too brash, I think. One more time, back down. That's the piano. I want it to be in between, so I'm going, oops, wrong note. I'm going to add, I feel like mezzo piano is too quiet, mezzo forte is too loud, so I'm going to add an accent, just like I did here, and see how that changes the sound. I think that was good. Let me listen one more time to make sure it actually works. Actually, no. We'll end up hearing it again anyway. Let's see. Go back to scroll view. So we got the clarinet. We added that. I feel like there's something that's supposed to go in this empty space right here. But let's listen to the beginning and see what comes to us. So, I'm going to make the changes. I'm not going to explain them as I do it while they're still fresh in my head. I'm just going to make the changes as I call them from the beginning. You're just going to have to watch and keep up. Okay, so what I did, real quick. I liked how quickly this rose up. That note, you could barely hear it, so I brought it into it. I might have to make that mezzo piano if I want it to come through. I extended this. I was thinking I want some sort of hit as a downbeat, because this harp does not last long, and the reverb of it lasting would carry that change in sound through to the beginning of this, but it cuts off too soon. So I'm going to take this and just extend it, so hopefully this fades out as this takes over. This note overpowered the entrance of the clarinet here, so I made that quieter. But I'm not going to decrescendo it. Give that a listen. So I don't like how sudden it is, so I'm going to actually move this back so the dynamic decreases on the B. I don't like how low this pitch is. Now that is the key of B flat, so B flat. Ba 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 ba. That should work. I didn't quite get a listen to the strings. I think this would benefit with that. And also one other thing I did not like, here, right here. You got end on the G, end on the E, but I feel like we're still missing the C, so I'm gonna add it right there. Because that does sound like you're ending on the third and the fifth, but the only note that hits on the C is the bass and the guitar. But by this point, they're going on in the background so much that you're not really paying attention to them. They don't have that much of an impact. So relying on them to give you your tonic, your bass, doesn't really do much. So I'm going to double it in the harp. I might end up doubling it with the chimes, or I might give it to the vibe. We'll see how it sounds. Let's start with measure 6. See, that doesn't last too long. So I want to actually double it here. Oh, I can already tell that doesn't sound good. Let's do that. We'll keep you as piano. Start in measure 6. Oh, I can barely hear it. I barely hear it. I'm going to move you down. I'm going to raise you up you raise me up. I'm going to raise you up dynamic level. And now I notice I may want to start the strings maybe a couple beats earlier. That was too low. I'll bring that up. Measure 7. Why not? You know what? Maybe I just don't want it. Let's listen to it one more time without the tonic and see if it still sounds like it's missing something. Maybe we'll come back to that one. Now I just want to pay attention to the strings. I do feel like I want to start this a half a measure earlier. So I will bring it back. I will drag this back. Beautiful. And that note does not. That note does not. I'm going to bring you back down again. Whoops, wrong direction. There we go. Because it's up in the high register, I want it to be distinctly quieter than the other two. But also, there was something weird, something up. I'm gonna listen to the. This is. I don't know why this is bugging me so much. Right here, this part. Alright, so we're going to do this. We're going to listen from the beginning all the way through the first 4 parts of this pa until we get to the waterfall style, all the way up to measure 17 through measure 16. So if we listen to the first 16 measures and we're happy with it, we're going to move on. Now, the way I listen to music when I compose is listen to it believing or assuming that it is perfect. Listen to it believing that it is perfect. And then try to find any evidence, anything you can find that proves against that. So I'm going to listen to this, assuming that it is absolute perfection, and I'll be on the lookout, or the ear out, the listen out. I'll be listening for anything that doesn't sound perfect. Here we go. my teeth, moving on, but I just want to go to the beginning again. See, the second half, we worked so hard on making everything sound smooth and flowy, and the beginning, we didn't really put all that effort in, so it feels a bit choppy. So I'm gonna listen one more time. Just the first half. Okay, so up to that point, from this point, from like measure 7, measure 8 onward, up till measure 16 is fine. Maybe I just want to extend this one bit a little more. Maybe I want this to be... delete that, and I want this to be a bit longer of a note, and we're going to move this again. We're just going to extend it by half a beat. Is it a ba-da-da-da? It's ba-da-da-da-da. That might go a little too much into this, so ba-da-da-da-da, ba-da-da-da. Might be a little too overlapping, but we have, with this harp run to break it up, and then the onset of the chimes, I think it'll sound... Plus, because this is kind of disguised anyway. Let's start with measure 5. One more time. Nah, it doesn't sound right. One more time, measure 5. Back to the original, let's hear it. Maybe I think this is just not starting quiet enough. Let's start U. Let's try that. Something just... maybe it's just me being nitpicky, but we'll leave it for now. We'll leave that for now. I like the bigger swell. Move on to measure 17. I think we're going to start at 16. I feel like, and this may be just my percussion background speaking, but I want to throw in a marimba. So I'm going to do that and see if that sounds like it works with the rest. So we're gonna make this a pitched percussion marimba. Now for those of you, oh, we don't need the second. Staff, delete, reposition, there we go. So for those of you who don't know, marimba is like an oversized xylophone. It's also got keys made of wood, but they're flatter, they're wider, and they're much longer. And there's a lot more of them. Xylophone is more like a, I guess you call it like a cubey sound, like a cube style sound. Marimba is very wooden, like a wooden log kind of sound. It's one of my favorite instruments to play. And it's kind of where the origin of, I think it's the origin of four mallet technique started up, and that's fun. That's always fun to play. Four mallet is when you hold two mallets in each hand, and you play four notes all at once, instead of just two like a regular xylophone. But you could do four mallets on xylophone. I've done that before. So I want to hear what the marimba sounds like. So let's solo you. Start it at measure 17. Let's add some notes. Start low. Okay, I think that's a good sound. Well, I may be biased. I think that's a good sound. Oh, and seeing actual notes written like this, just a straight run up and down, that happens. That's kind of typical for marimba music. Because marimba players like to show, myself included, sometimes they like to show off how fast they can play. And they just do runs up and down the scales, back and forth. Sometimes they jump around, but those are usually, once you nail it down, once you master it, it's pretty fun. And it's very impressive. Especially if you look at it from the side, and you just see how fast the mallets are moving back and forth. Really cool. Anyway, let's listen to measure 17. And I don't want to solo you now, yet. 16, I want to get into it. Okay. Nope. Ba-da-da. Da-da. Da-da-da-da-da. No, I want to make those grace notes. We're going to throw in a grace note in here, guys. Throwing a grace note in. So I want grace notes right here. Hold on, let me actually rush these in. Nope. There we go. Now I want this one. Now let's just throw in a regular mezzo piano on that. And let's see what that sounds like in measure 17. And we will solo it. And after this, I'm going to take a short water refill break for like 5 minutes. That doesn't sound good. Hold on. Let's actually make you... let's try. Let's see if that makes a difference. You never really know what does and doesn't make a difference here. So for some reason, let's just get rid of the second one. Nope, we're getting rid of the grace notes. We're just going to do it straight. Straight. All right, so we're going to make it straight when we come back. All right, so I'm going to take a break. 5 minutes, get a water refill, stuff like that. We'll be right back, and we'll start figuring out why grace notes don't work. All right, let me switch this around. All right. And we're back. That wasn't a full 5 minutes, but you guys could have probably just paused this and then come back later. So I'm just going to keep going. Back to music. Okay, so I want to 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and then we're going to go crazy. We can fit 2 of those. We can fit 4 of these. So now we're just going to figure out what notes these should be. And we're going to give that a mezzo piano. And we'll listen to 17. Here we go. I want to make them a 64ths. And then add in you. Okay, that sounds kind of what I'm going for. Let's bring everyone back in. 16. Get into it. I'm going to delete the first 2 notes of these. I'm going to replace you with that. Nope, I'm going to do that. Nope, I'm going to do that. There we go. And we're going to make you, what will you mess up piano? With the forte. 64. Actually, I'm going to bring this up. Forgot to establish my mezzo forte. Mezzo forte. Solo U. 17. A little quiet first, so I'm going to bring that up a tiny bit to be a real mezzo forte, relative to everything else, at least. Okay, there we go. So that is set. So I'm going to actually now make you a forte, because you are competing with strings and piano. So let's hear everything at 16, get into it. Now there was, okay, so again, see, it's very choppy. Now I want to see, how did this sound like brought up octave? Nope, that sounds like not what I'm going for. Sounds like a very, like you're reading aloud from a children's book. Let's go down to down an octave. Nope, that does not sound peaceful. That sounds like, what does that sound like? Sounds like some sort of visual gag is going on. Alright. Are we sure we want to do this? Let's go back to scroll view. Nope, scroll view. This is completely changing the feel. I feel like this is completely changing the feel of the whole thing. It used to be this long, this slow, melodic, lots of sustaining notes, and now you get this choppy little toy. It does seem very out of place. Seems very out of place. Let's get rid of it. Actually, no. I kind of like where this is going, the idea of the blah da da da. So I'm just going to change the instrument to we already have clarinet. So maybe electric piano. And then we probably don't need 2, so we'll get rid of you. Again, I'm checking the balance. 54, 107, you're still the same. Solo you, give you a chance to shine. That does not sound good. What other electric pianos do we have? That's our only. What other? I'm trying to think. I used a different instrument for a previous song. Oh, wait. Hold on. Oh, that's probably why. So we have a harp. We already have a guitar. We have a bass. Hold on. Is this the last one? Okay, so here's what I want to do. So I need to get. Let me look at you guys. So I want to get out of the mindset that you're all building to some grand finale, which is how you normally write a song. It builds and builds and does some grand finish. But this isn't going to finish. It's going to loop indefinitely. So it has to end kind of how it starts, or lead into how it starts. Well, how it starts is just guitar and bass. Very simple, no embellishments, just going back and forth. Nothing fancy, very minimal. So I need to end it in a way that sounds like everything is kind of disappearing. So I can't start going crazy with all these different, throw an instrument here, add something here, to start going all this fancy stuff, only for all to suddenly run out of time, suddenly disappear, and then start over with nothing. It sounds so jarring, it sounds sudden, it does not sound good. It doesn't flow into it. So I'm looking through this, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, because these are 4-bar phrases, and we're at the end. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. So we only have 2 phrases, 2 4-bar phrases left of the song. So the last 4-bar phrase we are not going to be going crazy with, because that's going to be toning everything down. Everything goes quiet. Everything starts winding off and easing into that nothingness that begins a song. So this first 4-bar phrase right here is my one and only chance to really throw everything I got. So I'm not going to add any instruments. I'm going to just use what we have so far. So that means I need to make the harp and the cello and the vibe and the chimes make an appearance, make their final appearance of the loop, because as you can see here, the strings have their moment in the last loop, and I'm going to edit that later, make it sound better, but the strings coming through, now the harp, the cello, vibe, and chimes, they all need to, and maybe a little clarinet, they all need to work together to sort of trade off the voices as their last rally, their last kumbaya, before everything starts winding down. So let's listen to that, assuming it's your chance, the last 4 bars, to do anything like that. So lever measure 16, get into it. Here we go. Okay, so while I was listening to that, I was imagining what I'm gonna do to the other instruments, and I think I have a pretty good idea. So to make it easy for myself, I'm just gonna have this start at 17 every time. No, 16 every time. I want to get into it. I want to make sure I get the flow right. So the harp jumps in. Actually, let me get rid of that. I don't want that to bias my thinking, because that's making me think harp needs to speak first. I don't want that to be biased. and it still sounds like the harp should speak first, but not just a single note. So ba da dun dun da 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 da. Dun da 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 yum da 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 da. All right, okay. Ba da 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 da. Ba da 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 da. Ba da 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 da. That sounds a little too corny. Let's what was our last dynamic? Because that worked well. Piano. Let's make it a piano again. Because it's very loud. It's a very loud instrument by itself. Bum ba da 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 dum. Ba da 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 da. Well, I guess that's where the old vibe. Da 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 da. Nope. Come on, work with me there. I'll just do it. And then here. Dun da da dun dun da da da. 1 2 3 1 2. 1 2 3 1 2 da dun da da dun dun da da dun da da dun 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 dun. Bum ba da da da. Now this is all in the key of C. Bum ba da dun 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 dun. You're in mezzo piano, so I'm going to keep you mezzo piano. Da 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 da. And 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3. Sorry if I'm not speaking as much, everyone, but I'm getting creative. 1 2 3 1 2 da da dun 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 da da dun dun da 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 da. 1 2 3 bum ba dum da dum ba da da dum dum dum. Now I want this to be that, and I want to try if I can add trill. I haven't used a trill yet. Let's see if a trill works. Now a trill on a flute is like when your notes go like wee 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 back and forth, but a trill on a string, I'm hoping, is like a I think they call it a tremolo. So I'm going to start and see what that sound... I need a dynamic for that. Let's make it... That's a piano. Mezzo forte. Make it a crescendo. See what that sounds like. That did not work. That did not work. That did not work. But you are too quiet. You... yeah. You will be a crescendo into And you are too quiet. So you need mezzo forte. What just happened there? Alright, I don't know why the guitar just suddenly started getting louder. Alright, so what have we been at so far? Piano. So why don't we just play it safe? I don't know why, but it's going to reset piano here, and I'll reset the piano here. Nope, wrong note. Right there. Piano right there. That didn't help. Probably won't help either. Let's get rid of all these and see how we do. Nope, that still didn't help. Okay, so I think something's wrong with the playback. Now this, I may have mentioned this before, but the weird thing with Finale is that unless you start at the very beginning, the audio gets all screwed up. So I'm going to start from the beginning. We'll just enjoy what we have so far. I want a donut. Which means it's okay for us to keep starting at 16 because it's not a starting point issue. You know, let me save. And then reopen. So let me do this real quick. Let me just save and reopen that. I guess I have to close and reopen. Okay, that should work. Something weird going on. Why don't we solo? And this, I'm sure, is an issue with lots of different music software, but sometimes things just don't work the way they're supposed to. So for some reason, this is taking on this. So Sometimes you just gotta do what you just gotta do. Okay, that's fixed. Let's see if this one is a problem. Now, what dynamic did you used to be? You've been the same. You've the same mezzo forte the entire time. So let's keep you mezzo forte, just in case. This should not change anything, but just to be safe. Okay, that worked. Back to my favorite view here. So, let's see. So we have a harp, we have cello vibes. I like the chimes here. So harp, cello, and vibes will have these first kind of two measures, and the clarinet and the chimes will finish it out here. Because clarinet and chimes I think will work well together. And I just gotta say, when I heard this section right here, measure 14, I almost teared up. Because it just sounds so nice. I'm just going to listen to that one more time. I just need to listen to measure 13 into 14. I love the vibe coming down ba ba da into the clarinet da da. It's so good. It's so good. Okay. Sorry, brief tangent. Back to this. Too far. I do want to double that again, because having the octave vibe hit and then ring out it starts to do its namesake. It starts to do the vibration, the wah 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 that you hear in like a lot of jazz music. If you don't know, the vibraphone is different from the marimba and xylophone in that its keys are not made of wood, they're made of metal. And underneath you have pipes, like an organ. But in between, though, the top of the pipe and the actual key is like it looks like a round flower petal. And it's like a skewer of flower petals, one for each what do you call it? Pipe. One for each pipe. And they're all connected to a wheel, which is connected to a motor. So you turn the motor on, and that skewer starts to twist, to spin, and the flower petals start spinning. Kind of like a fan, but instead of the blades going around the circumference of that port, it goes back and forth the other way. So as the note of the metal key hits, it goes through the pipe, but because the fan is spinning, different amounts of air are let through the pipe, and they change the reverberation through that pipe of the air inside. So instead of just a single bing, you get bing. And you can change the speed to make it like bing or bing, depending on how fast you spin the motor. I was lucky enough to be able to play a vibraphone with a functioning motor once or twice, because for most things like that are not jazz, you don't really need the motor. So it's usually turned off, and sometimes just flat out disabled because they don't want people messing with it or breaking it and stuff like that. But on here in Finale, if you do the full octave, it automatically adds that reverb. So I want to do that somewhere here. I think leading into the chimes and the clarinet. It'll be a good send-off for the vibe, and that'll be its last speaking role for the loop of the song. So Ba ba da 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 do 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 da 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 do 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 do. 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 3. Oops. 1 2. Ba ba. We're in B flat. Bum, ba. Da, 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 da. Oh, that's too many. That's too many. I want. Nope. I want this. Da 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 da. Oh, nope. There we go. And I want to bring you both. Whoops. Sorry. Bring you both down an octave, preserving the original notes, and then I'll just delete the one off of you. Do, do, do. And I want that to last. Tie you over. Do, do, do. And I think move you up the octave. You two. You get brought along. Do, do. It'll be like a nice mimic of the chimes that takes over later. Now, let's listen. We'll make it like a doorbell. Let's make it like a doorbell. Ba ba ba. Da da. This needs to be louder. Actually, I'm going to add accents to you. Except for you. That's good. This could probably be a bit louder. This would be a mezzo forte. Or maybe I'll accent it. Yeah, I'll accent it. Never mind. I'll accent them all. Just these. Okay, that's nice. Now we need the cello to fill in the empty space to do something. Let's have the cello act like a violin, because the cello is a pretty good range to it. We've just been using it low, but I think we could. Excuse me. Now we have high register, we have high register. We'll keep the low register. We'll keep the lower just keep it different so it doesn't all blend in together. So bum ba da dun dun da 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 da. What's the cello gonna sound like? Oh, and it's about half an hour left. So I think we can finish this off today. We can finish it, and then next stream when you hear it, this will be the new background music for next stream. Dun 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 dun. You don't want to do something too long and stretched because the strings up here already have that job. You don't want to overshadow them. But at the same time, they'll get their chance in the spotlight in the second half. So we can take it away a little bit from them here. Let me listen one more time. Oh, okay. Idea. We could pay a tribute. We'll pay homage to the previous 16 bars with having a kind of an pa echo. So bum ba da dun 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 do 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 do. Yeah. Let's see how that sounds. And then 1, 2, 3. And then nope, I want. And you are going to be tied over. And you were previously mezzo piano. Well, you came down to nothing, so let's bring you back to a mezzo piano. That doesn't work because it shifts down to a B flat. It's only a half step off. Let's try that. Okay, let's swap them. A lot of what I'm doing, guys, is I'm kind of playing the melody in my head as I listen, and then trying to figure out, like, I hear a note, like I heard this F here, and I heard this E here. And in my head, it kind of just, it didn't click the way it was, but in my head I was able to swap their locations, like that, and that gave me the feeling that would work better. So I do it, and then I try to see if I'm right. Almost. And a lot of music writing is just experimenting like this. See, just one change can make all the difference. That sounds a bit better. Da 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 da. Da da da. What are we missing? We got... harp needs to come back. Harp needs to come back. We have the vibe. Cello in the middle. Harp needs to come back at the second half of this measure, 18. Da ba da 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 da. We're in the B flat, so. See, it's in the key of B flat, but you got all these C's and G's going on everywhere, and a couple E's, which are all in the right key. Actually, no, the E is not. The E is not in the key. The E should be E flatted. But there's so much dissonance here. Okay, so, so, dun. All right, guys, I think we're onto something. So, bum, ba da dun dun da 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 da. I want something. I want more emphasis on this. Da da da, with an F, cause F is in the key. Dun, da 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 da. Down, down, down. This was good. This was good. Let's make it forte. It'll be the last bit. We'll have mezzo piano and we'll swell up. Is this it? And again, this somehow, for some reason, this is being captured as it's being captured by the wrong line. But that might be starting too quiet. Might be starting too quiet. And then the clarinet comes in, finishes it out, and then the strings take us home. We could already see the end. We're almost there, guys. 15 minutes, do you think we can do that? Probably not. Let's get going. I don't actually have a hard stop at 3 o'clock, but I think I can do this. Clarinet, clarinet, clarinet. Da 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 da. Wrong one, sorry. Now I wonder how many of you can already just hear it in your head just by watching me put it on paper. Who can actually just imagine this going on in your own minds? Da-na-na-na-na-na. Those notes are so wrong. This is an A flat, so A flat, A B E C G F, and this is B flat. E's. Give that a shot. Huh, maybe it doesn't. Hold on. Do 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 do. Um. Come on, there you go. There you go. I want this cello to last a little longer. Da, 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 da. And you are going to end with a slight decrescendo there. Nope, nope, nope. Nope, nope, nope. Nope, nope, nope. Nope, nope, nope. Da 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 dun da da dun da 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 da. Uh, hmm. Hmm. Let's move that down. I like how this lands. I like how, not lands, I like how long this extends. I think that works. I think this works. I like this. I like everything up to this point. This doesn't start, this could possibly start a little too quiet, but I think it swells really nicely, so I don't want to mess with that. And, da, 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 da. This kind of is a bit slow, so I'm going to add something. Something here. Something in this part. I'm gonna change the chimes. I'm gonna change up the chimes. All right, 5 minutes. We can do this. Bum, bum. So let me hear. Actually, we're starting from 19 this time. 18. So we'll move you earlier. Dun, 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 dun. Da 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 da. Nope. Da da da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da da da. Da da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Nope. Da. Let's try that. rhythm needs to change. Da da da. Dun dun. Da da. Da. Hold on. C, D. We're in the A. Da, da, da. This key is A flat. And then we need to finish out. Let's do. What's it called? Glissando. I love glissandos. Glissando, glissando, where are you, glissando? Now the glissando should sound like boing. That was not a very good way of saying it, but alright, let's start that one over. Let's see if that works. I want to end it. Yeah, I'm at the 40. Nope, that didn't work. Hold on, I need to zoom in a bit. This should work. Lower note, upper note. Okay, that works. You see that? You see how the lower note is selected here? Upper note, hold on. Upper note selected there. That means it's going to go from 1, 2, 3 up in that order very fast. Like they're all grace notes to each other. I like that. Assuming it works. Assuming it works. So the harp will be da 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 la, and then 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Cello 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. Let's see, B. And that should be, you are mezzo piano, you go up to mezzo forte, you crescendo, I want staccato on you. It'll finish out the harp, it'll finish out the cello, it'll finish out the vibe. I want the vibe to have, so we got C, 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 E and G up here. I want an E and G here. Let's see how this sounds first. did not sound as I expected it to. Solo the harp. Start at measure 20. Okay, no, that was right. That's right. We're just filling in more notes here. You I want down here, and you I want to start up there. And perfect. It's rare. It's sad, but it's rare that that works so well. I want now you next. I still soloed you. That sounded nice. Sounded nice. Good job, harp. I just want the cello this time. Start you quieter. And you quieter. Okay, and now what if we take away the staccato? I want the staccato there. What else do we have? We have something else. So let's try 20. No, you can barely hear that now. Actually, no, I want that lower. Nah, you can't hear that well enough. Starting here. Oh, that's beautiful. Okay. I do want the vibe to end somewhere. How's the vibe gonna end? I'm gonna end on a G. I'm gonna end on a G. Hang on. Bathroom break. Water refill. Shouldn't be much, but I might go over a little longer today. I really want to finish this today, so I'm going to finish this today. I'm going to keep going until we're done. So quick break. We are back. Finish this. Let's get this thing done. So where'd we leave off? Where do we want to go? We wanted vibe. We wanted vibe. Vibe. Let me hear it one more time. So we have, hold on, let me get rid of, anything muted? Okay, good, there's nothing muted. I'm not muted, that's good. So we can get rid of, get out of studio view. And back here. Now we have a downbeat here. We have a downbeat here. We have a kind of a downbeat here. So this vibe is getting lost in all the other downbeats. We need to do something different to distinguish it. Let's do another glissando. And where we just, let me go back. Why did that not register? Sometimes things don't work the way you want them to. Okay, I'm gonna give up on saying that we can do a glissando with the vibe. I've done it in other songs, but I guess this one is being stubborn. So, at least we got, actually, let's listen. Hear that wah 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 wah. I don't think you get that. With a single note. Okay, you do, but it's a lot less noticeable because there's a lot less sound. just round that out. Make sure it's finished. The A. I was trying to add a little dissonance there. Either a dissonant D, dissonant F, dissonant A. C, G, A. And let's keep you as you are. Listen one more time. 16. Try that. And I want the clarinet to be louder. This will be mezzo piano, this will be mezzo forte. Will be da, da, da. I like how that heart reaches higher now. What if we do a whoops, hold on. Jumped to the wrong one. 16. Nope, nope. The D. I really like this high E. Duh. And then Hmm. I don't like that though. Let's try this. 16 again. Let's try that. Now, what was the original? I think it was this. Now that sounds a lot better. That's kind of the case with a lot of these things. You do something, it sounds kind of okay, but then you check out what it could have been, all the alternatives, and it turns out that what you chose is just, by comparison, one of the best. Total not a flex right there. Okay, so we're done with that. We're good with that. We're good with all of this here. Finish out with the string. Let's start at 20. Fixed start at 20. And not quite. Let's make this the first one an accent. We'll start at 19. Something does not. What if, hold on. Okay, idea, crazy idea. Replace you with that. You could barely tell that it's missing, especially if we accent you. And we can do the exact same thing here. But I don't want to. Okay, now I do want to. Because I'm using the chimes as a stand-in for the downbeat for the clarinet. Brilliant. And I need to make you an accent as well. Doesn't. I don't like the A. The A is good because it stands out, but I don't like it because it changes the whole feel. Like, it's not this grand, majestic thing. It's kind of like this. It's kind of like a soap opera. Not a soap opera. Like a something. Hold on. Maybe an E. And yet. Yeah, so taking it away, you do feel like something is missing. Maybe you... There we go. That sounds cool. There's something a little too loud. There's something a little too loud happening right on the downbeat of 21. Alright, let us bring you to mezzo piano. You will be mezzo forte. You will be mezzo piano. You will be piano. But you will be pianissimo. And then we probably don't need that. Let's try that. That works. That worked. So now it's just a string. So now we can start at 20. We can probably start at 21. Alright guys, last 4 bars. Here we go. I think we're going to do a single chime hit. And I don't know why that's there. That's a piano for some reason. Nope. That's too loud, too much. Piano. Bring you up the octave. And at the end, I will be bringing you down. You are mezzo forte, mezzo forte. You'll be mezzo piano. You'll be mezzo forte, mezzo piano. Nope. There we go. Alright, hold on. I need to figure out. There's something that's too loud, and I'm going to investigate. You're fine. You're fine. You're fine. Not you. Yeah, there you go. Okay, okay. That's what's pressing on the ears. Piano. Mezzo piano. We probably bring this back to mezzo forte. Nah. Okay. 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 What are we doing? We're going back. Going to 20. Perfect. Okay, okay. So, now, let me save that. Okay, so, we are going to listen to it now, start to finish, and we're going to do it with a critical ear to make sure that we listen for anything that could be improved. But if we don't find anything, then we are done. Here we go. what its purpose is. That's beautiful. I'm going to change a couple things though. All I'm gonna do is bring this back. And that's it. That is Toxic Moonlight. Let's see it like this. Actual sheet music style. One more time. You can probably get closer. There we go. It's over here now. Actually, hold on, I'm sorry. Is there a way to change a page view style column? Oh, book style, loose leaf style column. Oh, that's what we need. Okay. And that chime. That chime is perfect. Right pitch. Right dynamic. This section here is the only time guitar and bass get the spotlight. one change I will make, one last change I will make to the strings at the very second to last measure. Measure 23. So 22. 21. There. I'm going to get rid of this upper tie. Okay, that didn't make a difference. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to make this note here, well, it's highlighted, have a bit more weight to it, a bit more, so maybe I can accent it. It's subtle, it's subtle. We're at mezzo piano, let's actually do mezzo piano, mezzo piano, mezzo forte. Nope, that's too much. The accents were probably enough. Yep, that's enough. Okay. Well, there you have it, everyone. Toxic Moonlight. A little nostalgia, we're listening to the original. Sounds a bit more rudimentary now, a little more demo-ish. But this is the last time you'll hear this version of Toxic Moonlight. Because starting next week, I'm uploading the new one we just finished. And I think we did a fantastic job. I'm excited. I'm so happy with how it worked out. Alright, so that's it for this stream. Thank you for watching. Next week, probably going to do some more piano stuff, probably for one other stream. And then I have there's another philosophy thing I want to do, want to get in. I got a whole bunch of them, a whole list. There's one more thing I want to talk about. And then after that, we'll start branching into more creative and more, just some different things. There's a couple different things I want to try. And things that I have learned, things that I know, that I want to share with you guys. Share just out into the world. And, you know, if I can make someone's life a bit more informed, a little bit more educated, a bit more rich with an ability to swap perspectives, then I will. I'll gladly do so. So that being said, that's it for this week. Antidotes. I will see you next time.